One of the most powerful concepts in Docksal is the ability to create custom commands. In particular, the init command that ships with the sample project is useful for keeping teams synchronized even across different platforms and different types of environments. Any commands that any shell scripts that you put inside the .docksal commands directory will become a custom Docksal command. So this one that you see here on screen before you can be accessed simply by running fin init. Let's take a look inside this file. So here you can see that it's just a shell script. It's a bash script. And what it does is a bunch of tasks related to installing Drupal. The init script can vary by project, and I want to emphasize that it's not something that you should expect to have a one-size-fits-all out-of-the-box solution. This is something that the project leader will configure and probably maintain and continue to modify throughout the project lifetime. You use this script to do things like you might run the Drupal site install from Drush. You might compile Sass. You might use this to run your tests. You might use this to import a database from some third-party source. The uses are many and varied, and it's going to depend strongly on the project needs and the hosting architecture of your client what you actually do here. There are a few utility functions that are supplied to you in the sample project, but you could choose to use them or not use them. You could delete everything in this file and just replace it with your own custom shell script. So what I have in my fininit here is pretty simple. All it's going to do is try and install Drupal, and it'll run finup for me. It'll create my Docksal stack if it's not already created. Try and install Drupal, and then it will compile Sass for me. So let's run that right now. And remember, we had all this default content before we ran fininit. And we can watch it run here. I'll pause the screen recording while the rest of this goes, though. Okay, our site finished installing. And we get the URL right here. Of course, I don't need it because I already have it open. So let's refresh this. And you can see Drupal has been reinstalled. There's two things that make the init command concept really powerful. The first is that it's portable. So if I make a change to my local installation process, I actually commit that in my Git repository, and everyone else who pulls from that same repository will then run the same build steps on their local development environment the next time they run fininit. The other thing that makes it really powerful is that you can use it inside of your CI system. So our Bitbucket pipeline CI system is actually sort of pre-configured. There's a server that's available to all FFW Bitbucket repositories. So if you run fininit in the cloud, you automatically get a sandbox environment for that site. So those two things together, the ability to keep the entire development team in sync and the ability to create sandboxes, make the fininit command a really essential piece of your workflow.